Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to a great, awesome discussion video that I have for you guys today. So, a couple of days ago, actually not really a couple of days ago, yesterday, it was revealed that there was going to be an older summoning method, as you could tell by the title of the video, and as you could probably tell by my voice, I am very excited about this. An old summoning method is going to be used in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains. Now, for those of you that are unaware, we are entering episode 44 of VRains. The first 43 episodes, we have not seen any method besides link summoning and advanced summoning, which is obviously just, tributing monsters, which is what you would expect. We have not seen any fusions, any XZs, synchros, pendulums, and obviously coming off a series of Arc 5 that they used literally every summoning method that we know of. This was definitely something that probably annoyed a decent amount of people. Now, some people have liked it, some people have liked that they focused on links, and I really don't have a preference either way. I think, having more summoning methods is cool. I definitely enjoy seeing other methods being used. But again, if they just stayed links, it doesn't really make that big of a difference to me. Although I do feel like it is a very big missed opportunity to show how the link format, because it changed the board so mightily, can be utilized with other methods. Now, obviously, for the, really intelligent and expert players, they know how to do it. They don't really need to see it on screen, but I still feel like it's cool to see the characters in the show utilize other methods with the new format. And until now, we have not seen any new methods being used. Well, we are entering another duel between Yusaku and Revolver, seemingly the final duel of the arc, and we got news, according to a Yugioh organization article, that it will be Yusaku, it will be Playmaker, the main character, who is going to be using an older summoning method, and that summoning method is Ritual, the Forgotten Method. So here is the card. It is a beautiful looking card, and it's funny because if you look at the stats, it actually has the same stats as most Ace monsters, has the same stats as Utopia, as Stardust Dragon, as I believe Odd Eyes. It has all the, and Elemental Hero Neos in terms of 2500 attack and 2000 defense. So will this be one of Yusaku's Ace monster going forward? I immediately thought it looked like Dark Magician. I'm not even kidding. I thought it resembled Dark Magician a little bit. And the card's name actually is Cyberse Magician, a level 7 Dark Cyberse ritual effect monster. So not only did I think it looked like Dark Magician, but the name is so similar as well. So I was stoked when I heard this. I'm assuming he's going to use this in the upcoming duel against Revolver. Is this a prelude for us seeing older summoning methods? Does this mean we're going to see fusions and synchros and XZs? Well, we'll have to hold the phone there. I'll give my thoughts on that. First, I want to read you all the effects of the 3 cards that were introduced to us, 3 cards that we most likely will see in the upcoming episode. So, the first one being the ritual monster itself, Cyberse Magician. I honestly love the design and the fact that we are going to see our first protagonist since Yugi about 15 years ago use a ritual monster. That is awesome. That in itself is enough to get so excited about. You can ritual summon this card with Signet Ritual. Have all damage you would take. That's its first effect. It has 4 effects. The second one, if you control a Link monster, your opponent cannot target your monsters for an attacked or for a card effect, except for this one. Third effect, when this monster battles a Link monster, it gains 1000 attack during damage calculation only. And then fourth effect, if this card in its owner possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can add 1 Cyberse monster from your deck to your hand. So, you guys will have to let me know if those effects sound good, but every time it battles a Link monster, its attack becomes 3500. That seems pretty awesome. That can obviously get over a lot of Revolver's Link monsters that have 3000 attack points, which probably will end up happening. So that's really awesome. And then if you control another Link monster, this monster, Cyberse Magician, is the only monster that can be targeted by your opponent or by card effects. And you also have all damage you would take. So that seems like a pretty awesome monster. Of course, you guys will have to let me know, but it's also cool that this is not a Link monster, yet its effects really gear itself towards being pro-Link, which we need a lot more, I think, not older summoning methods, but we need a lot more XZs monsters and Synchro monsters to have these Link monster effects now included in their effects, because it only makes sense because Link monsters clearly are the new main summoning method. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I would just assume that for a card to be very effective, for an older card to be very effective, even though I know Pendulum Magicians are still like the #1 meta, so maybe that's not really the a good example, but I would assume that you need a lot more Link monster related effects. So it's cool that this card, not a Link monster, but it's still, again, when it battles a Link monster, it is going to gain 1,000 attacks, and if you control a Link monster, your opponents cannot target any other monsters. So that seems really cool. And of course, the ritual card that can summon it, Signet Ritual. This card can be used to ritual summon any Cyberse ritual monster, so this is not just exclusive to Cyberse Magician. Ritual summon one Cyberse ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters you control, yada yada yada. You know how ritual summoning works. And then during your main phase, except during the turn this was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card and one ritual monster from your grave, special summon 2 Signet token in defense position. So that seems pretty good. Obviously, you can give your field some protection in case the Cyberse monster that you use to ritual summon is destroyed and is in the graveyard. And then the monster that can search Signet Ritual, Cyberse Witch, a Link 2 Dark Cyberse Link effect monster. The main effect, if a monster is special summoned to your zone this card points to, you can banish one spell card from your grave and add one Cyberse Ritual monster and one Signet Ritual from your deck to your hand. So if you special summon any monster to a zone that this card points to, that Cyberse Witch points to, you can banish a spell from your grave and then add Signet Ritual and Cyberse Magician in this case from your deck to your hand. So it actually searches not only the ritual card but a Cyberse Ritual monster as well. So it seems like a pretty potent combination, and it's just awesome that we are getting ritual monsters back in VRains, even if it's just for this one time, which I don't think it will be. I think that's really cool. Now, there have been a few points raised, and here's where I'm going to start talking about whether this means we're going to see synchros and XZs and the other summoning methods, fusions, which we've seen fusion in every Yu-Gi-Oh so far, even in 5Ds and Zexal. So if we don't see it in VRains, that would be kind of a shock. But I mean, the fact that we're seeing a ritual before a fusion, I don't think anyone would have put any money on. Do I think this means we will see the other methods? I still am not sure. A lot of people have raised a good point that Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains is hitting the 1-year mark, and it's no coincidence that as it's approaching the 1-year mark, the first arc, the Night of Hanoi arc, seems to be coming to an end as the quote-unquote final duel is about to take place it's actually already started, between Revolver and Playmaker. Now, is this a case where Konami and the writers of VRains were told for the first year, only use Link monsters. We only want you to promote the Link summoning. We only want you to promote Links and get everyone accustomed to Link monsters for the first year. And then after the first year, after the first arc, which we want it to last about the longevity of the first year, then you can use whatever methods you want to use. If you want to incorporate synchros or XZs, go right ahead. Now, will that actually happen? I'm not sure, because part of me wants to say, oh, we're going to get other methods. Now that we have rituals, we're definitely going to get other methods. But another part of me knows to be a little more skeptical, and that's the part I'm kind of leaning towards, because rituals were utilized in the very first Yu-Gi-Oh! And it seems like with the whole Link formats, and we've seen a lot of Duel Links monsters, as Duel Links is, of course, a very popular game on iOS and PC, it seems like they're kind of going back to the more, calmer, not as intricate summonings as we've been used to with Yu-Gi-Oh! And what I mean by that is we've seen advanced summoning, which obviously was Duel Monsters. Duel Monsters also had rituals and fusions. So rituals is not something, like if this, for instance, was a Pendulum or an XZs, I'd say we're absolutely going to see all the methods. But I'm a lot more conservative to say that, because rituals are something that is associated with the older version of the game, and this, besides Link Monsters, seems like it's the older version of the game. It doesn't seem like it has, what Arc 5 did, where it utilized all the methods, and it had synchros and XZs and pendulums, and so because of that, and because fusions and rituals were utilized in Duel Monsters, I feel like this is not an indication, or a strong enough indication, that we will see the other methods going forward. But at the same time, not only is it something to get very excited about because it's a ritual monster, and we have not seen a ritual monster in so long, and everyone can tell you that it is the most underutilized summoning method in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, even in Arc 5, that beautifully incorporated all the methods, ritual was used by Miru, that was literally it, and Miru dueled once. So we barely saw rituals, which was definitely a shame. So, it's awesome that we're getting rituals. Is this a prelude to more summoning methods? I don't think so. I hope I'm wrong about that, and I hope it is, and it very well could be. We still probably have close to 90 episodes left of VRains. They have plenty of time to incorporate these other methods, and maybe they'll do a little storyline where I thought about this, where maybe all 6 Ignis are like specialized in one summoning method. The only issue with that is everyone uses Links, and if you take away Links, there's only 5 summoning methods. rituals, fusions, synchros, XZs, and pendulums. So that's kind of not really, that's kind of an issue, because then whoever the sixth person is that specializes in links, that kind of sucks, because obviously everyone uses links and there's no uniqueness there. So I don't really know if they'll go that route. If there were 5 Ignis, I'd say, okay, maybe this Yusaku's AI specialized in rituals, maybe Jin specializes in synchros, but because there's 6, I'm a little more hesitant to think that. But they could really do it any way they want. A ritual is going to come out of nowhere, and it'll be interesting also to see Playmaker and Revolver's reaction to this. Is this something that I created? Is this like a summoning method that he found online, or found in the past, or found in a database that Revolver and even maybe Playmaker have never seen before? If that's the case, then that could be a huge, huge foreshadowing to other methods. So we'll just have to wait and see how it's implemented and utilized. But guys, we are getting a ritual summon very, very soon in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains. So if you're as excited as I am, or if you're not, please let me know all your thoughts down below, and let me know if you think we will see other methods going forward in VRains. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the discussion. Let me know all your thoughts, as always, down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.